On SBC2 now, it's Wizard Aura, in which an expert assesses the auras of different wizards to try and ascertain if they are good or evil. Today, it's Saruman the White. I mean, he's clearly evil, isn't he? It seems a bit redundant. Here on SBC1, it's Rich and Ali's Craven Newsround. No need to check their auras, they're good. Doing very well, Richard. It's pretending. Thank you. It's hard. Oh, what's that doing there? Oh, look at that as well. Try and neaten yourself up before you start. You should always check the camera before you start. That is not down to me. That's down to my producer, Terry. Oh, Rich, I didn't know the microphone was down. That's all right. We'll carry on regardless. All right. Well, just doing another start here. It's difficult doing this. I know it's very difficult. Welcome to Rich and Ali's Craven Newsround. It's Tuesday, the 14th of April. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? The sun is out and he's wearing his spats. Let's all... He's wearing his what? He's wearing his spats. He's so gay and happy. He's wearing a cravat. The sun is out. Let's all be gay. Let's all come out and say hooray for being gay. Gay, gay, gay. That's what I am today. I'm as gay as a man who's about to play with another man on the dock of the bay. What's that? It's a nice song. Yeah, it's simpler times, Rich. In those days, gay just meant homosexual. There was nothing weird about it. No, it's changed its meaning, hasn't it, over the years? Yeah, now it means useless and it's pathetic. Sing if you're glad to be a gay. I'm very glad, that's what I have to say. Are we going to just do songs about being gay today? I like a big cock around up my arse. What? That's not a musical song. And whether I'm in bed or down in the grass, how's your father? I mean, it's usually there's a bit more innuendo in there. Did somebody say grass? Which is also a type of drug. Woohoo! All right, we got off to a good start. It's all starting very well. But it's actually quite a serious news round today, as we do have to make an apology, don't we? Apparently we do, Richard. Sometimes in the day-to-day speed of putting together this show, we sometimes get it wrong. I'm very sad to admit when that happens. And yesterday, you may have heard on the Grown Ups News that yesterday we discussed the picture of Donald Trump, which we thought was him depicted as Jesus, didn't we? We did think that, Richard. That's what it looked like, didn't it? Well, you make assumptions, don't you? But Donald Trump has come out. Has he come out? Has he come out to play? Because the sun is right as day. I don't think he's anything to do with that. But so let's not make things worse. He has said that he wasn't being Jesus in that picture. He was, in fact, being a doctor. He thought he was a doctor in that picture, and that's why. And we can see that now. We made an assumption. I feel very foolish. He has threatened to sue us for $10 billion. For us saying he was thinking he was Jesus, when only the fake news could think that was the case. Yeah, only the fake news could look at that and say that's a man thinking he's Jesus. Absolutely, because it's, even though he did delete it straight away. Well, he did also delete it. Only an idiot could look at that and see it as Jesus, and he's obviously a doctor. Why did he delete it then, Rich? Well, because he's been forced to delete it because he's a good man, and we want to say we're fans of Donald Trump here. We never meant to cause him any harm. It's clearly him as a doctor. If you look at it up close, let's see if we can get there. We go. He's applying care to that guy. There's a nurse looking at him. There's some other people gathered around. That's often happens with doctors. Red Cross doctors usually wear a big red cloak when they're doing their stuff. and usually have angels and demons flying above them and stuff. So that is, that's on us. That, Donald, we're very sorry. Here we are. You can see me as a doctor there. That's me as a doctor, clearly, very obviously a doctor traveling to work on my bicycle. I mean, Jesus didn't have a bicycle, did he, Rich? So that's obviously it's a doctor with his little, that's his little doctor's equipment, isn't he? Wearing around his head. They need thorns if they're going to bleed you to get the humours out. So yeah, we would just like to say sorry for the mistakes we made yesterday. And Donald Trump, of course, there he is as a doctor. If you have any worries about that, he's a man at the moment. He's taking away quite a lot of Medicare from lots of people because he cares so much about healing people. He's a wonderful thing. He's also said the Pope is weak on crime. No, that's not true, is it, Rich? Why the Pope? I mean, I don't know if the Pope's really. He's not really weak on crime. He isn't weak on crime, Richard. If you do, let's not make let's not make this any worse. No, it's not weak on crime. If you commit a crime, even if you just say, "I don't believe that pretend man in the sky is alive, is real," yeah, then you go to prison for eternity, Richard, infinity. Okay, and in that prison, you're set on fire forever, and they don't even put the flames out, just burning and burning and burning. So. I mean, that does seem quite strong on crime, doesn't it? It does. I suppose Donald Trump has a point, Richard, because, if you just say you're sorry and make the person believe you're sincerely sorry, then you're let off the crime. Yeah, that does seem like a loophole for the career. The career comedian can use that kind of, I'm sorry I killed that person. Can you forgive me? Yeah, we have to forgive you. That's the deal. Yeah, whereas Donald Trump, he's very tough on crime, isn't he? He'll only forgive criminals if they pay him some money or if they agree with him on his side. That's the only way he's forgiving people who've done a crime, or if he's him himself, and then he can pardon himself and all the people who work for him and all the crimes that they've done. But that's very different than the Pope, isn't it? They're very different. They both have very different records, don't they, on all sorts of things. They're both very much against the similarity. They're very against paedophilia, aren't they? Covering up paedophile sex rings. They're both very against that. So that's something they have in common. So there are some similar. They're both sort of using power in order to subjugate the poor into supporting them and just telling them a load of bullshit in order to get everyone to toe the line and do what they want, or they just carry on doing whatever they want. I think the Pope's a great guy, I have to say. I think this Pope, some of the Popes, though, Rich, were up to all sorts, weren't they? They were saying one thing and doing another. I mean, let's not turn this, look, we've insulted Donald Trump, which we're sorry about. We're now in danger of insulting all Catholics for believing that, in what for them is as true as the day. It's the things they think. Nobody can tell them they're crazy or mad or that they shouldn't believe in made up stuff. I mean, they will tell other people that, won't they? They'll say, "Oh, well, you believe this, and you're insane. So we're not going to go along with that." But that we can't do it to them because they've got God on their side, and God will smite us down, for we are weak, and evermore shall be so. Yeah. So really, we're just here today to say sorry. We do have a report, I think, from the White House. One of the reporters is over at the White House to help repair the damage. We have to be diplomatic. I haven't agreed with everything Donald Trump has done. It's sort of weird to see the religious people getting upset about him now. He's dressed up as a doctor. First of all, it's just a doctor, but even if it was Jesus, you think he would have given some clues in the last 10 years. They're worried they've elected the Antichrist, Richard. Yeah, I mean, if he'd only given us some clues that he wasn't a great guy beforehand, but this is the first inkling that those religious people in America have had of possibly this darker side to him. But I don't think it's that, because he's just curing people as long as they can afford to pay for the treatment and the insurance and medical insurance, and as long as they're white and his friends, he'll forgive you, he'll let you off. He's a good guy. He's blockading the blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, isn't he? So he's got so angry with the Iranians doing blocking the strait that he's going to block the strait a bit more, and that's the kind of guy he is. Just the more you block it, that will teach people, and that will teach the Iranians, that if he helps them block it, really. Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, over to the White. You just sit down there for a second, Ali. You've done your bit. Over to the White House. I wonder who will be the reporter today. You might. I know a lot of people like to try and guess who the reporter will be. Let's head over to the White House, which is in America somewhere, I believe, to see who we've got there. Oh, there it is. I was briefly at the White House there for a second. Who will be the reporter today? Will it be Pikachu? Will it be that robot? Will it be Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor Legoland? Will it be Conspiracy Theo? Will he be back? Will it be the King of the World or the King of the Universe? Let's have a look. No, Richard, it's me, Henry Hippo. Hello, good to be here. Hello, Henry Hippo. And so you're in Washington, D.C., I'm guessing now. That is right, Richard. I know exactly where I am. That's the White House there. You can see they're building the ballroom there. You should have a ballroom, shouldn't you, Rich? Why is that then, Henry Hippo? Because you need room for your ball. You could just have a big room. You put your ball in the very fun. Just a little bit of levity, Rich, before this very serious campaign. I think everyone has accepted now that Donald Trump was in that AI image, was very much being a doctor, supporting the Red Cross, supporting people who look after the injured, the kind of people who don't kill people and blow up schools and kill servicemen, the kind of person who he heals, he's so good. But a new AI image has come out that Donald Trump has reposted, Richard. Oh yeah, and I wonder what's in that. I want to tell you what it shows, Richard. It has proven very controversial with Trump's base supporters. Yeah, what's in the... Well, Rich, I can't because I can't guess what it's going to be. No. Well, there's no reason you should be able to guess, Richard, because it's breaking news. Only I know about it. It's an AI image of Donald Trump, and what's the picture? Well, it's a picture of Donald Trump, Richard, as I said. Yeah, and what's controversial about it? Well, he has his shirt wide open. Wow, that's pretty. That's not it, Richard. What could it be? And in the image that he's put online on Trump socials and Truth Social and X and all that, yeah. What is it? It's him with his shirt open, yeah. And with his shirt open, what we can see, Richard, is that Donald Trump has big wobbling boobies. Oh, I can't believe I fell for that. Big wobbling boobies. There. You can put your head between them. Big wobbling boobies. They're big. Oh, I want to touch them, Richard. I want to touch them. They're big wobbling. Look, we're trying to do a serious news program. I'm just reporting the news. That's what they're big. They're wobbling. How can they be wobbling if it's just an image? They're wobbling, Rich. You can see they've got little lines drawn around them to show they're wobbling. They're big, they're wobbling, they're boobies. And of course, Trump's base are very worried about that because they don't believe in pornography. Also, they believe men are men and women are women. They don't like seeing a man with big wobbling boobies. I don't mind it, Richard. I'm the authority. Big wobbling boobies, big hard cocks. I don't mind if they're all together as long as there's big wobbling boobies there. Terry, can we cut off the feed this? I mean, we gave you another chance, Henry Hippo. I'm not just reporting the news. We gave you a chance, and you've made me look bad, and it's offensive to everyone there. It's offensive to people, to Donald Trump. We'd like to apologise again to Donald Trump. Please don't sue. He's going to sue us for more now. Well, good luck to him. He needs to get some money to pay for his big wobbling boobies. Why have we not cut him off? He's still doing it. It's offensive to trans people. It's offensive to anti-trans people. We believe whatever the thing is that most people think. That's whatever you think. That's what we think about all of this stuff. So please don't get angry about it. Whatever you think, that's what I think as well. So you don't need to get angry about anything we say in this, because I 100% agree with you. And I think, whatever you want this news program to be, we'll do exactly that, because this is very much for you. I would like to apologise to President Trump for this, I can't believe he's still there. We haven't cut him off yet. Big wobbling boobies, Richard. It's gone on way too long. It's just sexist, and we're not. I think we're right in saying that being sexist is wrong at the moment. So we're very against that. Let's. Can we get back to the main interview state? Oh, thank goodness. I do want to apologise for that. This is a live show. Sometimes things happen that are outside of our control. We'll do another apology tomorrow if necessary. Anyway, that's all the news that's fit to ventriloquize today. Yes. Oh, by the way, Richard. Yes, sit on it, Dardra. Sit on it, Dardra. Why won't you sit on it? I've got it down and it's ready to go. I'm sure that it will fit. I know it looks big, but it should be a good fit. No, come on. That's enough. That's my mum you're talking about. She's going through a hard time. I'm chickeny. I'm thinking at it. And I mean, we've done quite well. Your hair just sticking up. Yeah. Yes. Done quite well in getting this back to being a more serious news program without songs in it and without big wobbling boobies in it. You just said it. I know, but I'm reporting. That's fine. It's reported speech. And I think this has really set us back. But please tune in tomorrow. We'll be back with more big news. You knew. I know, well, because he said it so many times. It's in my head now, isn't it? And I don't like it. It's not the kind of humour I like. I like sophisticated stuff. I like stuff like Stuart Lee and stuff like that. And Paddy McGuinness and all the kind of mainstream comedians. That's what I like, the TV comedians. That's the stuff I like. And, I don't like just people being rude for no reason, okay? Like something like there's more of a psychological drama behind it, that you're not sure what's going on. That's what I like. Is that the kind of comedy you like? Yeah. Not sure anyone else does. Well, then viewing figures this would certainly suggest that you're correct. Anyway, look, we've had a great show today. Just forget about the controversial bits. We'll be back soon with more of this. And now that's the end of the show. We'll just talk to each other. Yeah, talk to each other now. Terry, I don't believe that you. Sorry, Rich. I'm sorry that we took the Hippo back on. I thought I'd give it another chance. Well, it was foolish, and it's me who looks bad. It's me who's going to get Scott Mills here, isn't it? So, think about that. Richard's still on there. Oh, okay. Oh, so